So if you have a look at what's happening on the screen here, can you see stuff changing dynamically? You can see the main market that we're active in, Tennis Trader, is changing dynamically. What's going on? Is there a fault here? What's happening? Well, what's actually happening is BetAngel is identifying matches with certain scores and then switching dynamically to them for you. It's highlighting opportunities for you and then switching straight into that market. It can also play a sound alert when this happens as well. If you want to learn out how to do that, then watch this video. If you want instant access to new videos as they're uploaded, then please click on the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to comment on the videos. And if you're interested in learning more about BetAngel, visit betangel.com today and download a free trial. So let us go through how to create a rule that will allow you to switch to a market if a certain score is reached, or at least alert you, or do both. You could easily do both. So the rule that I've created is alert me on break potential. Of course, you can call this whatever you like, but let's have a look at this particular file and see what this contains. So if I just bring this across into the middle of the screen here. Basically, what we're looking at in this particular rule is whether the receiver is a point up against the server. And of course, we've selected player 1, player 2. I'm going to delete player 2 for the moment. I'll explain why in a second. You can see it's just come up here. Do you want to remove that? Yes, we do. But let's talk through how I've created the market switching and or an alert at this particular rule. So call the rule whatever you like, and what we're going to choose for a rule type is switch to a market. So you can see here it says switch to market based upon what? So we're going to say relative to in play time, 0 seconds after the event goes in play for up to 20 hours, 9,999 times every 2 seconds. So every 2 seconds it's going to look at the market, see if it's between 0 and 20 hours of in play, and away it will go from there. Now if we do a switch from market, there are no parameters required, but we do want to apply conditions. So what we've done here is we've basically put in a relative score condition. So we've said the selection is 1 or more points behind the opponent in the current game. So we're saying that the player 1 in this particular occasion is 1 point or more behind. But also we want to make sure that they're on serve. So we're saying here that we've also got the tennis serve condition in here as well. So we're saying if the current selection is serving and they are 1 or more points behind the opponent in the current game, then switch to this market. So what BetAngel will do, if I just move this out of the way, it will go through each one of these markets and check if that condition is applicable, and then it will switch dynamically into that market. It will just go boom and switch straight to that market so that you can trade it. Now the other thing you could do is maybe you're trading another match, but you just want to be aware of the fact that something is occurring in a match. It could be a particular score. It could be 5-4 and a break-up or something in the second set, or maybe one game up and serving in the second. It could be anything, or it could be a relative score. It could be absolutely anything. What you can actually do is you could say play a sound alert. So you don't have to switch to market. It could just do something for you. I use this a lot. So I've actually got sound alerts set up to alert me if something is happening. And the sound alert that I'm using is a whistle. So basically BetAngel will keep churning away in the background, scanning all of these matches, and when it finds a match that meets the criteria that I'm looking for, it will whistle to me. And then I can quickly move over and have a look and see what's going on. So you can see the criteria we've said here is the player is serving and they're 1 or more points behind. So it's basically saying that the receiver has got a point ahead of them. Maybe you want to look at doing it when it reaches deuce, or maybe you want to say when they're 2 points ahead and therefore a break is much more likely. Now we're only applying this to player 1, so really we want to have player 2. So it will look at player 1 and say are they a point or more down, but also we want to say is player 2 on serve and a point or more down. And it's really easy to modify that one rule to create the second one. So all we need to do is click this button here or copy that selected rule. You can see here it says, do you want to copy that? Yes. And then all we need to do is modify the name to player 2, and then down here we can modify this to say row by index player 2. And therefore we've created the rule for player 1 and player 2. So on this occasion, if player 1 or player 2 are serving and they're 1 point or more behind the opponent, then what will actually happen is BetAngel will send us a whistle. And if we wanted that to switch to the market, we could just change it from play sound alert to switch to this market, and it would achieve the same thing. It's that simple. If you're interested in learning more about BetAngel, visit betangel.com and download a free trial today.